What's happening, guys? Welcome back to another edition of CTFX Market Reviews. Today is what is today? The 8th of March, Wednesday the 8th of March, and I'm looking at a couple of pairs and just trying to get my bearings back because for yesterday I had to do some coaching, which took up a lot of my time, so I couldn't actually get my hands onto everything. All right, so basically today what I'm looking at is Euro US dollar. If you did our course, or if you're on our course, you will notice this is one of the patterns that we trade, and it's gotten to a point where it's actually going exactly as planned, exactly as the pattern describes. All right, so as you can see, I took quite a risky trade over here. That's 0.50. That's $50 per pip. Right, so with every move up, as you can see, to 1.9 is 95, and if it goes up further, if it goes up to, like, well, my anticipated target is about $4,000 on this trade, which it will probably reach, but you know, it won't happen overnight. It won't happen right now, throughout the day probably, but by tomorrow I'm anticipating that sort of level of profits. Right, so I'm already in profit here, guys. I mean, I jumped into this trade very quickly. I just saw the opportunity and jumped in. But as you can see, it's going to be playing around in this area now. So I'm going to leave it. I'm going to let it run and then come back once we're in a decent profit level, and I'll probably just close off the trade. Alright, guys, so check it out. See what you can make of it, and safe trading, and we'll chat later. Welcome back, guys, and just to give you a brief update on the risky trade that I took this morning or this afternoon. As you can see, I placed the standard lot of 5.0, which is basically $50 a pip, right? So I actually placed the order this afternoon when I first made the video, and I actually had it over here in this area here, right? What happened was, this happened. It threw me into a deep drawdown of about negative 850 or close to $1,000. I was in a negative for about $1,000, but I knew based on my technicals that it wouldn't go further than that, right? So what I did was I jumped in and I pushed in another standard lot of 5.0, right? And it yielded huge profit just from this point up until here. Then I kind of left the trade in. I left the trade running with my first position, my initial position, which is now also in profit of $155, right? This is a very risky trade that I took, guys, but I have the balance and the account size to actually handle this kind of trade, right? Don't try this with $500 or $1,000 in your account. You will blow it. You will blow it, because as you can see, the market dropped down to around, let me see, to 18 pips. 18 pips was close to $1,000 for me, because if you multiply 50 by 18, it will give you more or less a negative 850, or let's go further down, $1,000, right? But I managed to jump in just over here because I knew it will reverse in this area. I knew for a fact that it will reverse in this area. That's why I took the risk and I took the trade, and it went up, right? Which is now playing on $1,000. You see that? Right, guys, that was just a very risky trade I wanted to take, and it actually played out in my favor. I'm still anticipating a rise up until this level over here, which is about 3,000 or 4,000. If I do leave this trade in, it will yield a possible 4,700 or even $8,000 in return, or close to 9,000 if you add up the two over there. So that's potentially what I could expect from a trade like this. Right, guys, so just to give you an update on that, I'm going to leave this in because I feel now that the market is done playing around. It's found its points of reversal, so I feel that we are only going north from here. What I'll do is I'll update you guys tomorrow on this trade. So trade safe, guys, and be safe, and we shall catch up again tomorrow. Just remember, guys, NFP on Friday is going to be a huge move in the market. Crazy move. And I don't actually want to take the trade, but I will. I will take the trade, and I will try to record it for you guys. So if I'm happy with what I see, I will take the trade. If I'm not happy with what I see, you won't see a video. All right, let's just leave it at that. But my pairs that I'm going to be focusing on is obviously Euro US dollar, and probably USD Japanese yen. All right, so that's more or less what I'm looking at, guys. And for Friday, which is non-farm payroll day, that's basically what I'm going to be looking at. Anyway, guys, that's it. That's my profit for the day. 1,000, nearly 2,000, well, 1,100 nearly. And if later I'm not in the mood to be in this trade anymore, if whatever happens, you know, I'll just close it off in profit regardless. I am in very deep profit over here, which is like beyond my target for the day. But yeah, that's about it, guys, and I shall chat to you tomorrow. Safe trading and speak soon.